In part 1 of this tutorial series, we created our first interactive virtual classroom event session. It included a PDF presentation, a website for the participants to interact with, a graded exam, and an e-learning lesson. In this tutorial we will use the event created in part 1 to conduct a live event with both LMS users and email invited participants. To get started, we will load the SCORM zip file generated during part 1 onto the SCORM Cloud site. SCORM Cloud is the industry standard test site for validating technology built to be leveraged by learning management systems. Validation of new technologies on SCORM Cloud provides LMS administrators with confidence that the technology will work properly and securely when loaded into their systems. Now that our SCORM package has been loaded, we can launch our event from their LMS environment, just like launching an e-learning lesson on any LMS that complies with industry standards. We will enter the moderator key generated for our event during part 1 of this tutorial. Moderators can control all aspects of a live event. We will join with our microphone enabled and complete a short audio test. I am going to launch another browser and use the URL generated in part 1 to enable individuals without access to the LMS to participate. Email participants can be moderators or attendees. In this case, our user will be an attendee. Whether a moderator or an attendee, the join by email user interface and user experience is the same as that of the LMS users. The only difference is the LMS user progress, grades and other information is provided directly to the LMS to enable reports and user management without data transfers, roster upload or manual tracking of attendance that is required by competitive technologies. Switching back to our moderator, let's review some of the features available. Communications controls and preferences are easy to access. Users can share their webcams and if authorized by the moderator, they can also share their screen. The current presenter is in control of the presentation materials. The presenter is also in control of additional features including polling, sharing external videos, managing or switching presentations, and selection of random users for assignments. All users have access to the hand raise feature, and if authorized by the presenter, the virtual whiteboard. All users are provided with a network connectivity indicator and a menu of options designed to improve their user experience. The system provides both public and private chat features. Moderators have significant control of the attendee's environment as well as the ability to remove a user if required. All users have the ability to set an away notice and use emoticons to express themselves. Moderators have access to advanced and macro features, including the ability to generate and assign users to breakout rooms. The system is designed to support all contemporary devices, including laptops, tablets, and smartphones. It has even been tested with smart glasses. The display can expand and contract to provide the user the best possible experience. In part 1 of this tutorial, we loaded 3 interactive elements to be delivered during the session: a website, an exam, and an e-learning lesson. The moderator can use the Set Complete option to grade all users' progress. The Toggle Display option provides the moderator with a real-time dashboard of user performance. The dashboard provides user scores, attentiveness, percent completion, overall status, location, and role. When content elements are being displayed to users, the dashboard provides additional information relevant to the pushed element. The moderator also has control over attendance tracking with the ability to deny users credit for being late or leaving early. Let's push our first content element out to our users. It is the website URL entered in part 1 of this tutorial. Switching over to our student user, the website is displayed and is fully interactive for the user to experience. Many customers use this feature to provide news and information sources, send Google Maps that geolocate based on the user's location and social media sites that are relevant to the session. Back on the moderator browser, let's push out the exam added to the session during part 1 of this tutorial. Switching back to the student user browser, we see the exam has been delivered for the student to complete. While this is a simple one-question quiz, the system is capable of handling up to 500 questions per exam with a myriad of options, including timed questions, timed exams, and various user interface options. The system is also capable of isolation of users, recording user screens, microphones, and webcams, and even recording if the user loads another window or application while the exam is in progress. Back on the KMxLive site, let's experiment with a few of the exam options available. I've selected an exam interface option that synchronizes all users with a question timeout feature. When this interface is pushed to the users, the moderator is able to control the pacing of questions delivered, pause and resume the exam synchronized for all users, and see each individual user's response to each question as is it answered. When the exam is completed, the users and the moderator are provided with the final results without delay. Back on the KMxLive site, let's change the exam into an interactive competition for our users by selecting one of the game interface options. The ability of KMxLive to deliver competitive games using any exam, without altering the exam, is unique in the industry. We also have a customizable game interface called Interface X. When the game is pushed to the users, they are provided with a short video with the game rules and features. Games can have lifelines, including 50-50, and an automated phone-a-friend feature. Games can eliminate users based on the number of questions answered incorrectly, or allow them to complete all questions even if they have no chance of placing on the leaderboard. Back on the Moderator browser, the system is providing real-time updates for each user's progress and achievements. The game progression can be controlled by the moderator to interject, play game show host, or praise a user that is doing well. When the game is complete, the moderator can reset the user interface and return to the overall session dashboard to see how the most recent activity impacted user scores and status. The final element in our session is a third-party e-learning lesson. The system also supports e-learning lessons and simulations developed with any SCORM conformant development system, including KMxAuthor. When delivered to the users, the e-learning lesson behaves as if it were launched from an LMS. Student progress, scores, bookmarks, and other data elements are recorded. Clients use e-learning lessons to support their instructors and provide documentation for regulatory compliance with their virtual classroom sessions. The last step in conduct of the session is to enable the system to determine who met the requirements for completion of the session. To accomplish this, we use the Set Complete button on the moderator interface. The system evaluates scores, weights, and completion status for each element included in our event. Users that meet the requirements are rewarded with a certificate of completion. For users that access the event using the organization's learning management system, the results are recorded in real time to the LMS for administration and reporting. Results and detailed reports are available on KMxLive. For both LMS users and users that access the event via email. This completes part 2 of our tutorial. In part 3 we will review event recording and demonstrate how the recorded sessions provide the same level of interactivity as the live sessions, including the ability to record the results to the organization's LMS.